All right, so you want the inside scoop on CodeMyPixel. We're talking AI web dev, branding, the whole package. You've seen the marketing, but is it hype or the future of the web? Let's dive in and find out.
You got it. And what strikes me right away is their ambition. I mean, you read their about us, and it's like they're aiming to be a one-stop shop for everything digital.
Yeah, from brand identity to AI-powered websites. Not exactly playing small ball, are they? And what's wild is they were just founded in 2024 by a group of university friends, no less, yet they've already got client testimonials, projects up and running.
That's what I mean. That kind of growth, that fast. They're either onto something big or they're masters of riding the AI hype wave. And believe me, there's a lot of that going around these days.
No kidding. So which is it? Well, they're about us. They keep hitting this idea of pixel-perfect vision to reality, which I guess means they're all about strong visuals, making ideas come to life on screen. But then they're also pushing the whole AI integration angle hard, not just building websites, but building them smarter.
And that's the part that really makes you wonder, can they actually deliver on all these fronts? I mean, top-tier branding, complex web dev, AD seamless AI, that's a lot to be great at.
Right. It's one thing to talk a big game, but proof is in the pudding, as they say. So as we dig deeper, let's look for the evidence. Do their services actually back up these bold claims?
Exactly. Anyone can throw around buzzwords, but I'm looking for the substance behind the style.
Okay, so let's get into it. First up, their branding services. They handle the whole shebang, logos, guidelines, the works. But here's where they caught my eye. They use Nike, Apple, these iconic brands, to actually explain their approach to brand identity.
Smart move, right. It's like, instead of just saying they're passionate about branding, which who isn't these days, they ground it in reality. These are brands we all know, so you instantly get what they're going for.
Totally. But of course, the big question is, are their designs as good as a Nike or Apple? We'll have to see some examples later to judge that.
Absolutely. Because inspiration is one thing, execution is everything.
Right. So they've got the vision thing down, at least on the surface. But can they actually bring it to life?
That's what we're here to find out. Let's move on to their services and see what they've got.
So on to the services they offer, because that's where the rubber meets the road, right?
Absolutely. And they've laid it out pretty clearly, I'll give them that.
Yeah, they break down each offering, which I appreciate. First up, good old website design and development seems to be their bread and butter.
Makes sense. Gonna have a solid online presence, right?
Exactly. And they highlight building on WordPress, which, no surprise there, but they make a point of mentioning performance and security.
Yeah, which tells me they're at least aware of the big things clients should be looking for, not just slapping up any old site.
Right, gotta be fast, gotta be safe. But here's where I got interested. They also call out the MERN stack. For custom web apps, they say. That rings a bell, right?
It does. MERN stack, that's a whole other level. It's not just your basic website builder stuff. It's for complex, dynamic applications.
Okay, so that's a good sign, right? Means they're not afraid to get their hands dirty with some serious tech.
Exactly. It hints at a deeper level of skill than just knowing how to use a drag-and-drop website builder.
Right. Like these guys might actually know what they're doing. Okay, but now we're getting to the good stuff, the AI stuff. AI web app development, they call it. And they throw around terms like fine-tuning open source models.
Oh, here we go.
Right. And they even name drop Hugging Face Transformers.
Okay, hold on. That one's actually important. Hugging Face, it's a platform for essentially pre-trained AI models, like templates, but way more powerful. And Transformers, that's a specific type of model that's become really big in natural language processing.
So not just buzzwords then. They might actually be using some serious AI tools.
It's possible. It's a good sign that they at least know what those tools are. But the question is, how are they actually using them?
Right. Because, I mean, I could say I use Hugging Face Transformers, but...
Exactly. The devil's in the details.
Yeah.
We need to see concrete examples to know if they're just name-dropping or actually innovating.
Okay, good point. And then last but not least, we have their AI chatbot system. They're really pushing this, saying it's not just for answering basic questions, but can actually boost sales.
Okay, now that's where it gets really interesting. Because a chatbot that can actually understand and respond to customer needs, that's powerful.
Right. Like imagine having a 24/7 sales assistant who never sleeps and knows your products inside and out. That's what they're suggesting.
Exactly. But again, the big question is, can they actually pull it off?
Right, because there's a lot of chatbot hype out there, too.
Oh, tons. Everyone and their mother is offering a chatbot these days. But the key is customization. A generic chatbot that just gives canned responses, that's not going to cut it.
That's just frustrating.
The worst. What you want is a chatbot that's been trained on your specific data, your products, your FAQs.
Okay, so that's what we need to be looking for, evidence of that deep customization.
Exactly. Because that's what separates the AI pretenders from the contenders.
All right, so they've got the branding, the web dev, the AI. It all sounds great on paper, but what about in practice? Let's move on to their projects and see what they've actually built. Okay, so we've talked a big game about CodeMyPixel, but can they back it up? Let's look at the proof, the projects, the client feedback, all that good stuff.
Right, because that's what really matters at the end of the day. Talk is cheap.
Exactly. So they've got a project portfolio on their site, naturally. And one project immediately jumped out, Social Quasar, they call it. It's an AI-powered platform specifically for social media management.
Social media, huh? That's a hot space for AI right now. Lots of potential there.
Right. And get this, it's not just some concept or demo. It's a live project. They actually link to it right there on their site, so you can go check it out.
Ah, okay. That's ballsy.
Yeah.
Not many agencies would be so transparent, especially with a cutting-edge project like that.
That's what I thought. Either they're incredibly confident in their work or a little crazy. But hey, I encourage you listening, go check out Social Quasar after this, kick the tires a bit, and tell us what you think.
In the meantime, one more thing that caught my eye.
Yeah.
They claim they built this entire platform in just 2 months. 2 months. Okay, now that's impressive if true. Even with AI tools, that's a tight turnaround for something that complex.
Right. It makes you wonder what their development process is like. Are they really that efficient? Or are there some late nights fueled by energy drinks we're not seeing?
Maybe a bit of both. But seriously, if they can deliver that kind of speed without sacrificing quality, that's a major selling point.
Totally. Okay, so while you were geeking out over Social Quasar, I was poking around their other projects, and there's one called Alpha Drafts that I need your take on.
Okay, Alpha Drafts, shoot.
So it's AI-powered, obviously, but it's this wild combination of content generation and PDF chat. Like, you can have a conversation with a PDF.
Hold on, I've heard of chatbots, but a chatbot for PDFs?
Yeah.
That's new.
Right. I'd have to see it to really understand, but they're talking about asking the PDF questions, getting summaries, even having it generate new content based on what's in the document.
Okay, that's definitely innovative. I'm picturing like research papers, technical manuals, suddenly becoming interactive learning tools.
Right. It's taking those static documents and making them dynamic, almost alive, which again fits with their whole AI-powered vision.
Totally. It's clear they're not just trying to ride the AI wave, they're trying to surf it in new and interesting ways.
Exactly. Okay, so we've got these projects, but what about real-world clients? Well, they do have a handful of testimonials on their site.
Always good to hear what actual customers are saying.
Right. And the overall sentiment is positive. Clients praise their speed, their communication, even their design skills.
Okay, so they're checking those basic boxes, which is important. You want to work with people who are responsive, easy to get along with, and deliver on their promises.
Totally. But I couldn't help but notice something. The testimonials, while nice, weren't exactly gushing about the AI stuff.
Interesting. You'd think if CodeMyPixel's AI was truly revolutionary, clients would be shouting it from the rooftops.
Right, like this AI chatbot tripled our sales overnight, but we're not really seeing that level of enthusiasm.
Yeah, so that's something to keep in mind. Maybe they're still early in their AI journey, or maybe the results just haven't been that dramatic yet.
Good point. So where does that leave us? Well, we've spent the last few minutes diving deep into CodeMyPixel. We've explored their vision, their services, their projects, even what their clients are saying. And the verdict is, well, it's complicated.
It always is.
Yeah.
There's no easy answer. But that's the point of these deep dives. We're not here to give you a simple yes or no. We're here to equip you with the information you need to make the best decision for your specific situation.
Exactly. So here's the bottom line. CodeMyPixel, they're ambitious, they're creative, they're clearly not afraid to push the boundaries of what's possible with AI. Are they the right fit for every project? Maybe, maybe not. But if you're looking for a partner who's just as excited about the future of the web as you are, they're definitely worth considering.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Do your research, ask the tough questions, and most importantly, keep an open mind. The world of AI is constantly changing, and the companies that can adapt, innovate, and truly deliver on their promises are the ones who'll come out on top.
Absolutely. And who knows, maybe one of those companies will be CodeMyPixel. But for now, that's it for this deep dive. Until next time.